Big football news, Barcelona fans. Hansi Flick has announced the starting 11 for Barcelona's clash against Getafe, and there are shockers. Marcus Rashford dropped to the bench as punishment for arriving late to training, while Frenkie de Jong retains his place despite fitness doubts. Dani Olmo shines, Ferran Torres scores a double, and Raphinha continues his European ascent. Plus, Ansu Fati lights up League One with Monaco. Stay tuned as we break down the confirmed lineup, player ratings, and what this means for Barcelona's season. Two leading members of the first-team ranks at La Liga champions Barcelona have on Sunday sent messages of congratulations the way of a former Blaugrana teammate. The player in question? Ansu Fati. Wide man Ansu is for his part fresh off an outing to remember in the colors of lone club AS Monaco. Introduced off the bench with the scoreline deadlocked at a goal apiece in a League One meeting with Metz, the Spaniard proved himself decisive en route to an eventual 5-2 triumph. This came by way of a fine brace, to take his tally to 3 goals in his last 2 appearances. After a difficult start to life in France following his arrival over the summer, Ansu was left looking understandably relieved with developments at the Stade Louis II this evening. And as alluded to above, quick to reveal their delight for their close friend and ex-teammate post-match were a pair of headline members of Hansi Flick's Barcelona squad. Taking to their respective Instagram accounts, Lamine Yamal and Gavi unveiled the following posts. Marcus Rashford punished by Barcelona after repeating what he did at Man United. Marcus Rashford was punished by Barcelona manager Hansi Flick on Sunday evening. Barcelona manager Hansi Flick decided to leave Marcus Rashford out of the starting lineup on Sunday after the English forward arrived late to training. Rashford had been expected to start in the La Liga clash with Getafe, especially after scoring a brilliant double against Newcastle in the Champions League, signaling a strong start to his Barcelona stint. However, according to Spanish outlet Mundo Deportivo, Rashford was late for the team's morning briefing before training, and Flick enforced disciplinary action, making it clear that lateness would not be tolerated. This follows a pattern, as similar punishments were previously handed out to Jules Koundé, Iñaki Peña, and Raphinha for the same reason. Ferran Torres took Rashford's place in the starting 11, with the Manchester United loanee among the substitutes. This is not the first time Rashford has been benched for punctuality issues. During his impressive 2022-23 season under Erik ten Hag, he was also left out for arriving late, notably in the match against Wolves. Rashford confessed he was demoted to the bench because he overslept, but he compensated for it as he came off the bench to net the decisive goal. Ten Hag famously described the transgression as an internal disciplinary issue, choosing to bench Rashford until he was introduced at the interval to secure the victory. Post-match, Rashford admitted, "Yeah, obviously it is the team rules and I think it is a mistake that can happen." A member of the attacking ranks at La Liga giants Barcelona has on Sunday continued to add to his status as one of European football's standout creators. The player in question? Raphinha. Wide man Raphinha was for his part in from the off once more this evening, as Barcelona shifted focus back towards matters in La Liga in a meeting with Getafe. And the Brazilian, amid what has been a dominant Blaugrana showing to date, has played a starring role. Raphinha's standout contribution came just past the half-hour mark, when the former Leeds United man broke free in behind the Getafe backline, to lay on a perfectly timed pass for Ferran Torres to notch his brace. And as alluded to above, in the process, Raphinha continued his climb up a list of high-profile European talents. As per statisticians Opta, Raphinha Diaz has assisted in 47 goals in 150 matches for Barcelona across all competitions, with only 2 players from Europe's top 5 leagues achieving more since 2022-23, Mohamed Salah 54, and Kevin De Bruyne 53. 150, Raphinha Diaz has assisted in 47 goals in 150 matches for Barcelona across all competitions, with only 2 players from Europe's top 5 leagues achieving more since 2022-23, Mohamed Salah 54, and Kevin De Bruyne 53. Supportive. Having brought home all 3 points from St. James Park in England midweek, Barcelona took to the field once more last night, this time against Getafe late on Sunday night. Hansi Flick surprisingly did not rotate much and put up a very strong 11 on the night. Given Getafe's style of football and the frustrations of the past, the decision was understandable. Ferran Torres opened the scoring for Barcelona against José Bordalás' side and soon racked up a second goal to double the lead. Dani Olmo eventually scored the third goal, which seemingly put the game to bed. Barca Universal brings you the player ratings from Barcelona 3-0 Getafe. Joan Garcia, 7. The goalkeeper enjoyed a silent night after his busy duty midweek and did not have a whole lot of responsibility barring the occasional run-out or distribution pass. Was slightly busier after the break but did not face any serious threat. Gerard Martin 8. The La Masia youngster was impressive down Barcelona's left wing despite Marcus Rashford's absence from the starting lineup and even created a reasonable attacking threat himself. Martin combined well with Ferran Torres and produced 2 key passes in the first half alone and was also rock-solid defensively. Completed his nigh with 88% pass accuracy and 3 key passes. Andreas Christensen 8. The Danish international was Flick's preferred choice to partner Eric Garcia in Pau Cubarsi's absence, and understandably so given his superior ball-playing skills when compared to Araujo. Needless to say, Christensen delivered on that expectation and stood out with his distribution, comfort on the ball and also his stability at the back. Made a staggering 5 clearances in the first half alone and completed 98% of his passes. Eric Garcia 7. Compared to Christensen, Garcia had a less interesting night out as he did not have to put in half the defensive effort his partner did. In terms of playing the ball and distribution, he ticked the box as usual. Jules Kounde 8.5. The right-back was another standout performer for Barcelona against Getafe and a crucial component of the system that so easily broke open the visitors' rock-solid defense time and time again. Kounde constantly pushed high in attack and combined well with Raphinha in Lamine Yamal's absence and was there to provide the defensive cover whenever needed. Frenkie de Jong 8. The Dutchman was initially expected to start on the bench after putting in a tiring shift in the UEFA Champions League midweek but started against Getafe anyway, providing serious balance to Barcelona's midfield alongside Pedri. The Dutchman was critical in navigating through the visitors' press and circulating the ball and often played as the deepest lying midfielder. Pedri 8.5. Pedri, as always, was the controller-in-chief and the primary creative outlet for the team on the night as he constantly looked to thread the ball through Getafe's defense to find the forwards. He was effective with his one-touch passes, body feints and seamless distribution, something that has become synonymous with his name at this point. Dani Olmo 9. Starting ahead of Fermin Lopez, Olmo was handed a chance to prove his worth to Hansi Flick last night and he did so with a strong performance where he played a crucial role in attack. Olmo's movements and distribution on the night were far sharper compared to his previous appearance and he earned a beautiful assist for Torres' opener with a lovely back heel. Scored Barcelona's 3rd goal with a relatively straightforward finish off Rashford's cutback and netted his first goal of the season. Raphinha 8.5. While Raphinha did not create as much direct threat down the right flank as he would have liked, he was still a critical part of the team's general build-up play and had a big role to play in both the team's goals in the first half. The Brazilian was the player to send the ball forward to Dani Olmo to set up Torres for the opening goal, thus creating the goal-scoring opportunity himself. He then earned the assist for the second goal as well as he played Torres in and set him free in front of the goal. Ferran Torres 9.5. The Spanish winger's confidence has never been higher and it is clear through his finishing how much Flick's faith in him has paid off. Torres, after all, was red-hot last night and looked immensely sharp in front of goal. The player first opened the scoring for Barcelona with a lethal strike first time off Olmo's backheel assist and then went on to score a 1v1 goal from a tight angle to double the team's lead. Robert Lewandowski 5. Perhaps Barcelona's poorest player in the first half, Lewandowski looked completely lost in front of goal and had barely any role in the team's build-up play. Could have scored off a Pedri assist in the first half but failed to make contact with the ball. Marcus Rashford 7.5. The winger started on the bench but came on at halftime to replace Raphinha. Playing on the right, he constantly looked to outdo the opponent's defense with his raw pace and a similar move helped him rack up another assist, this time to Dani Olmo. What a night for Barcelona. Ferran Torres and Dani Olmo lead the charge, Raphinha makes his mark, and Marcus Rashford makes an impact off the bench. Hansi Flick's team shows depth, talent, and discipline as they secure an important 3-0 win over Getafe. Will Rashford regain a starting spot next game? Can Olmo continue his impressive form? And how does this result impact Barcelona's title hopes? Comment below and let us know your thoughts.